today? How y'all doing? Pull up. Me now brand new. Now where me's at?
On my way, hey, we give that blick. Around our way, we ride with that blick, that blicky, that blicky. Around our way, hey, we keep that blick.
Hey,
around our way,
we ride.
You ride that blick.
That blicky. Hey, that blicky.
Around our way, we keep that blick.
Hey.
Around the way, we catch a flick. Run our rate, run in your shit, run in your mouth, nigga. Run your shit, nigga. In your mouth. Now talk that shit. Round here, we bout that shit. Think of kids.
What?
Drug dealers.
All day.
Coke niggas and coke dealers.
Goddamn.
Around the way,
Hey.
we keep that cake. We sell that crack. We move that yay.
All day.
We getting paid.
All
We
day.
hit that gate.
All day. Hey. Bon. My subscribers. Moi, nous qui kon ki jan liye, ki jan ba yo ye. Sat pa kon ki jan liye en genou. Nous qui to avec tit lan ki sa mbote pour nous la mbote nous en ba non. Tis gang qui pi danger dans États-Unis, dans le monde. OK? Vous avez dit avec, suivez avec. Ben on entre là-dedans. C'est là m'pa venir jouer avec, nous m'pa venir bêtiser, nous connaissons même qui j'en fais. Pull up with that.
The most dangerous gangs in the world. These are families you would be grateful for not
Little patience.
being a part of, since they only keep together to generate violence in their communities. Find out which families I'm talking about so you can take precautions. Aryan Brotherhood. This is probably the vilest white people gang of all, with a total of 20,000 members in and out of prison. The Aryan Brotherhood.
N'a commencé avec numéro 10. Aryan Brotherhood. Ça c'est un gang blanc. L'opte de parle de KKK. Ku Klux Klan. Nek sa yo son gang raciste. Ça veut dire nek sa yo pas vle ouais noir. C'est yo même qui plus la prison. Puis danger et tout. Qu'on a une sécurité qui travaille avec eux, il y a fait de 20 000 monde qui active avec eux.
Brotherhood is known for its discrimination and brutality. It was formed at the San Quentin State Prison in the late 1960s in response to growing Afro-American gangs such as the Black Guerrilla
Ça veut dire qu'il était en face
criminal syndicates being
family. Ça veut dire gang ça c'est un gang qui est responsable pour 20% monde qui mourir en de prison. C'est un moto qui parlait de Aryan Brotherhood là. Ça veut dire que ça yo vend drogue en de prison, yo freeze monde en de prison, yo fait massicia monde en de prison, yo paye policier pour yo tuer en de prison tout. Ça veut dire et pas en jouer avec gang nèg ça yo, the Aryan Brother. C'est même qui est le numéro 10 là.
Not kidding. Its motto is blood in and blood out. And that means the only way out is death. Mexican Mafia.
Okay.
Despite its name, this gang was not founded in the country of tacos, but is as American as apple pie. The Mexican Mafia is the most powerful gang within the California prison system, with almost 400 official members and about 9
Numéro 9 c'est Mexican Mafia. Ça veut dire gang Mexican Mafia, lui-même lui a fait 400 nèg la donne, c'est lui qui pi danger en prison California, ça veut dire en California yo même qui met dans California. Il y a 900 partenaires qui connectés avec eux, ça veut dire l'autre gang qui connecté avec eux tout.
900 partners who do the dirty work in hopes of becoming members. It was formed in 1957 by Hispanic gangsters from different neighborhoods of Los Angeles in order to protect themselves from other gangs. Soon, its numbers increased, and with that, the violence level as well, becoming one of the most feared and well-respected gangs in the early 1960s. The Mexican Mafia doesn't have a leader, but some members have the authority to order killings on behalf of the group. New candidates must be Hispanic, give information about their families, and pass some tests such as murder or stealing.
Pour entrer dans gang ça, faut qu'on ba information, faut qu'on voler, faut qu'on se ponyol, et puis faut qu'on passe test là pour tirer moun. Je pas so pas entrer dans base gang Mexican Mafia ça.
If they don't do it or fail, death is often the punishment, so this is a test that can only be taken once. Black Guerrilla Family.
Numéro 8.
Unlike other gangs, the Black Guerrilla Family was not formed to protect Afro-American inmates of the San Quentin prison, but it was the Afro-American Marxist ideology that ended up putting them together. Founded in 1966 by George Jackson, George Lewis, and W.L. Nolan,
Black Guerrilla Family, c'est un gang qui fondé en 1966. Bah, trois nèg ça qui les George Jackson, George Lewis, and W. Nolan. Ça veut dire qu'ils étaient formés gang ça en prison puis ils étaient combattre en face nèg. Ça me démontré nous les numéro 10 là, Aryan Brother. KKK, Ku Klux Klan là, ça veut dire gang raciste blanc. Et ça fait gang ça été formé en dedans pour combattre en face gang raciste blanc ça yo. Si pas ça, ces garçons t'a prendre un show ou t'a prendre le crack.
As a black people movement to eradicate racism in American prisons and overthrow the US government, much like the Black Panthers movement of the time. But sooner rather than later, the Black Guerrilla Family went off the rails to the criminal side and is now one of the most influential Afro-American gangs in prisons. As any organization, drug trafficking and extortion is its specialization. In the past, new recruits had to stab white inmates to be accepted, but it seems that things are different now, and it is usually necessary to be Afro-American and believe in the cause. Isn't that more practical? Nuestra Familia. This is the mortal enemy of the Mexican Mafia. Nuestra Familia was formed in 1968 in Northern California by a group of inmates from Fresno's jails, tired of...
Ça c'est un gang Nuestra Familia. Quoi ça numéro 7 là? Gang ça lui-même c'est ennemi. Gang ouais ça moi des autres qui les Mexican Mafia, so next ça c'est ennemi. Gang ça yo même. So ça veut dire gang ça été formé lui-même dans North California lui-même. Quoi en 1960.
Of the Mexican Mafia's abuses. Due to most of the members coming from rural backgrounds, they were seen as inferior by the Southerners of the Mexican Mafia, since they were formed in the metropolitan city of Los Angeles. This rivalry caused bloody wars between both gangs. Its principal business is cocaine, heroin, marijuana, and methamphetamine distribution. So much like in Breaking Bad,
This is not meth.
unlike other Mexican gangs, membership can also be used by non-Latin inmates, and it is known that they must make a bloody pact, putting the gang above money, drugs, or family. The First Capital Command, PCC, by its Portuguese initials. Let's move to the warm Brazil, where there is a gang called the
Gang ça c'est un gang PCC. Quoi ça numéro 6 là qui pi danger dans Brésil. Les PCC, ça est un gang qui est en Brésil lui-même.
the first capital command, but movement is the preferred term. It was formed in the 1990s within the Sao Paulo prison system, spreading to favelas, and it is currently the largest criminal organization in Brazil with almost 20,000 members. Since its founding, its objective was to take control of Sao Paulo's jails, and currently it is present in 90% of them, in 22 out of 27 Brazilian states, and in border regions of Paraguay, Bolivia, Argentina.
90% nek sa yo an de prison, 90% nek sa yo ete Paraguay, yo ete Bolivia, yo ete Argentina. So sa ve se son gang ki gen 20,000 nek la den ki aktif, ni an dan ni deyo prison, so sa ve di bon.
And Colombia. It annually collects $40 million thanks to distribution of cocaine, marijuana, and bank robbery. In 2001, it was revealed that members must pay a monthly fee of $16 if they are in prison and $320.
$40 million yo fè. Chaque prisonnier qui under prison, depuis under prison, faut qu'on baille $16. Ça qui dehors prison, faut qu'on baille $320 chaque semaine. So ça veut dire gang sa li parle crack, li parle resa enquête bout. So ça veut dire on get encore
dollars if they are out. In addition, not everybody is accepted, the same as in an exclusive club. You must be suggested by another member and have 3 sponsors for baptism. 14K Triad. In the far-off Asian lands of Hong Kong, one synonym for mystery and violence is 14K Triad, which has turned the island into one of
14K Triad lan son gang chinois li même ou c'est chinois mafia yo même.
The principal heroin and opium distributors throughout the Asian continent. Established in 1949 after the Chinese Civil War, the Triad was founded by Lieutenant General Kotsu Wong of the Chinese Republican Party Kuomintang as an anti-communist action group before the fall of China to this ideology. This triad was unique due to its aggressiveness and because there was no leader who takes the total control of all the faction outside the island. By the 90s, it was considered the most powerful triad in the world, internationally active in Chinese neighborhoods of several Western countries.
En 1990, c'est gang sa ki te pi populaire pi danger dans le monde. Et ça fote qu'on a pou el wap tande l wap gade l nan film Triads. Gang chinois, mafia, wè sa mzoulan nou kon wè l nan film.
Nowadays, it has 25,000 members with a market presence in the Hong Kong distribution of narcotics. Crips. Do you see the blue on their clothes? Well, it's not just about fashion. It's the emblem of the Crips, one of the most violent and extensive gangs in the United States with around 35,000 members.
Crips là, you get 35,000
Based in the Compton neighborhood of Los Angeles, the gang is principally made up of Afro-Americans. However, there are also white and even Asian members. After the boom of crack in the 80s in the main urban centers of the country, the Crips grew in number and influence thanks to the profits by distributing such drug and cocaine. Unfortunately for the rest of the citizens, the violence of this gang also increased, and by the 1990s, the Crips were one of the main gangs responsible for theft, murder, and rapes in Los Angeles.
En 1990 yo, c'est Crips lan ki te pi populaire. Nou te kon ap tan de artistes de Snoop Dogg, tout bay sa pale de li. Nou te kon wè yon video, rapper, mouchoir bleu. En 1990 ba yo pat nan crack non men. Ba bo ma di, oh, et Crips lan ki te pi populaire nan mouman. Nek sa yo te responsable pou voler, tuer, cardiaque, plusieurs autres bagailles. La région Los Angeles, California.
The legendary rivalry with the Bloods reached extreme levels of violence that inspired movies such as Boys in the Hood and video games such as Grand Theft Auto San Andreas that are now part of the American popular culture. Bloods. And on the other side of the rivalry, it is the Bloods.
Na pale de Bloods yo kounya, mouchoir rouge. C'est nek sa yo ki ennemi, Crips lo. Pendant ce temps, yo te commencé en sel, après ça, yo vin lan guerre avec l'autre. Bon, ça est plus gros ennemi Crips là, c'est Bloods yo. Formé même côté dans California.
As the name suggests, it's more than 25,000 members wear red clothes as identification and pride. This gang was formed in 1972, also in Los Angeles, California, as a response to the growing influence of the Crips. Like the rival, after the boom of crack in urban areas of the United States, the Bloods started to make money with its distribution and sale, causing bloody confrontations with the rival gang, so much so that it was made into film. New recruits must
Blood là lui était bien populaire que Crip là parce que lui-même il devine camper la fait l'argent lui-même. Dans deal dans tout ces l'autre bagaille et pour des akounia là ouais Lil Wayne ouais tout le artiste ça yo c'est Blood, Gucci Mane, whatever. Blood
gain a violent reputation to win the respect of leaders, and most of them are young Afro-Americans recruited directly from school. If you ever thought that there was nothing worse than staying at school, maybe staying with the Bloods would have been worse, don't you think? Bamboo Union. Even if its name sounds like the name of a Chinese flower shop, Bamboo Union is actually one of the most powerful criminal groups in Taiwan with around 10,000 members. Although they consider
Bamboo Union get 10,000 soldats là-dedans, sans gang qui sorti en Chine, et puis il traverse en Taïwan. Bon, next ça yo prend toute state là, et next ça qui en face gang mafia triad là. Et pour moto, ça veut dire vidéo ça, majorité gang ça qui danger moto yo, après moun qui en face yo avec
themselves businessmen, their trade is organized crime, drug trafficking, extortion, and silencing of journalists who try to find out a lot about them.
Next is how you même. You organize crime, you vend drug, you extort gros moun, gros bourgeois. Depuis quand journaliste qui parler, qui ganser, pour que tu connais silence, il y a fun. So ça veut dire gang ça lui-même il parle en jouet. Organized crime là, ça veut dire crime qui organisé, ça veut dire gouvernement là donne, policier là donne, ou on qui moun qui là donne. Pendant que ta a policier a parler, ou dit mais ça qui rive, policier ça lui même la travail pour nèg yo. Ça veut dire un jour. It's like organized crime.
Formed in the 50s in mainland China, the gang soon moved to Taiwan, where it flourished like bamboo. By the 1980s, the Bamboo Union's influence in heroin distribution had expanded to Chinese neighborhoods of California and casinos in Las Vegas, making the gang more powerful, specifically within local politics. This gang doesn't have a hierarchical system, each division is led by a big brother, and new members had better follow the rules unless they wanted to get a finger cut off. Mora Salvatrucha. You knew this was next, so the position number 1 belongs to Mora Salvatrucha, which is considered.
Mora Salvatrucha, where gangs are, qui pi danger, pi fucker, pi motherfucker. Gangs are yo même. C'est moun qui sorti El Salvador, Honduras, Argentine. Yo sorti plusieurs autres côtés, so ça veut dire c'est un gang hispanique. Mais nek sa yo crime nek sa yo fait mes amis, ou après là moi ti bébé, chat, kade Jacques, nek sa yo fait tout bagay net. Et ça veut dire nek sa yo qui pi fuck pi danger.
Considered the most violent and largest gang in the world, reporting almost 50,000 members. Even though this gang identifies with Central America, it has its origins in Los Angeles, California in the 80s and 90s with the purpose of defending Central American immigrants. But it soon became a criminal organization responsible for drug trafficking, murder for hire, theft, kidnapping, gun sales.
What? Drug trafficking, murder for hire. Ça veut dire y'a frizo, y'a payé moun pour yo fano, te volé. Et ça yo réglé, kidnapping, et ça yo réglé, vendre zam, fait illegal immigration, fait l'autre traverser, ça veut dire vendre moun, y'a vendre moun même j'avais drogue pour moun traverser, illégal, après ça, entrer, pour tout entrer dans base, tout entrer dans gang, pour tout entrer by service, ça, et bah yo pas dans crack.
And illegal immigration. Its main operation centers are located in Central American countries such as Guatemala, El Salvador, and Honduras, where this gang unlashes all its violence, and there are some places where it even has more power than the government of those countries. In El Salvador, the Mora control 94%.
Pouvoir qui gouvernement dans El Salvador. Parce que la majorité est là aussi. Il y a 94% pouvoir qui gouvernement dans le pays. Ça veut dire que je besoin de get. Et puis même dans la prison, quoi ça nex ça yo. Bataille m'gouman nex ça yo parce que dans la prison, gon pile nan nou qui pa reme nex ça yo parce que nex ça yo font pile caca, pile shit pour rien.
Of the country's 262 municipalities. To be admitted, each applicant must go to the neighborhood of any rival gang and kill one member, or put up with a 13-second beating. Once you're in, the Mora becomes your new family till death do you part. Joining one of these gangs is a risky and mortal decision, but many young people continue to go down the wrong path. Why is that so? Leave your opinion in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss another interesting video.
Si nou reme sa, nap fem konen. Nou get konen, epi nap just hit the like, the subscribe button. Hit the like, the subscribe button, and we'll get right back into it. Ça veut dire, montre nous la. Nous quoi 10 gang qui pi danger dans le monde là. Ma fon deuxième partie pour moto ça pi gangster, gang qui pi whatever ma fait yo. Quittez dans la comment section là. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ça pour subscribe, you subscribe. Nous get on qui ça lié déjà. All day every day. Let's get into it.